So one of the things that I think I loved in my classroom, that really helped the kids get that was I never did math on a piece of paper. I think that just looking at a written number to a 3, 4, 5, 6 year old is going to mean absolutely nothing. Because what does that number mean? Like it's yeah. So I always would have them grab a bucket of their favorite toys and we would physically count out like one dinosaur, two dinosaurs, and then here we have 10. What happens if we divide that into two groups? How many are in each group? Like that hands-on physical math
Right.
gives it a lot more meaning.
So we're providing some meaning before rules instead. That was what we're approaching, correct? Yeah. So how do kids actually make sense of these numbers? So maybe I
So
can start off with saying math learning is similar to learning a language. So maybe some language analogy is something that you might have some experience talking about.
yeah, so just like with language, like kids learn language, like I said, in the context of their world. From the second they're even in their mom's stomach, they are hearing sounds, words, music, all of the things. I know, like, my daughter had her favorite songs when she was in my stomach, like, and you could feel her kicking when she heard her favorite songs. She knew. So for her, like, that was always calming, that was always context. So making math one of those things is part of helping it understand like their world. For young kids especially, they love to tell you how old they are. And that's a great way, I think, to start bringing numbers naturally into their like understanding. Every person has an age which has like a number associated with it.
Yeah, so children need time to build connections before math rules start to feel useful. So utilizing real world links when tutoring and having conversations with these young minds often helps. So another thing I want to ask though is why does hands-on tutoring help so much? Whether broadly or in specific ways that you may have encountered.
So I think there's two like main schools of thought for like why hands-on learning is so important. One is creating lifelong learners. To me, I think that this is so crucial because if we're burning kids out on learning at 5 years old, what are they going to do when they get to high school? They're going to absolutely hate it. And why would they try? So making learning fun and exciting and interesting is one of the most important parts of hands-on learning because a 5 year old is not going to do something they don't want to do. And if learning seems like a chore, it's scary, it's hard, they're not putting all their brain power into it, they're not going to enjoy it, and they're going to burn out on learning. Second school of thought, hands-on learning actually helps with cognitive processing. When a child is just staring at a piece of paper or listening to a lecture, it goes in one ear, it goes out the other, and there's nothing actually being retained in their memory. Whereas if, let's say, we're learning fractions and one teacher is like, here's a piece of paper, one half is, you know, one half of 10 is five, whatever, in one ear, out the other. Another teacher, here's a pizza. We have 10 kids in our class. How many times do we have to cut the pizza to make enough pieces for everyone? Now fractions are real. Now they're an important problem to solve so that you and all your friends get pizza. And that's something that you're going to understand and remember a lot more than just looking at it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, so tutoring works best when children can interact with numbers in concrete ways, in other words, right? So tutoring one-on-one can give kids the chance to see numbers, touch objects, and compare amounts. So this kind of hands-on practice that we're discussing helps numbers feel real instead of abstract, like we said.